911, what's your emergency?
He's acting crazy. He killed all the others.
Who killed the others?
This movie's cool.
There's someone I want you to meet. This is Ben.
My hand? He wants to shake my hand?
Yeah.
Hi,
Ben?
Ben.
Did something bite him?
Primate is the latest horror film directed by Johannes Roberts and starring a bunch of women that look the same. Look, every once in a while, we get an animal attack movie. Whether you love them, hate them, or something in between, you're gonna get one. We have the greats like Jaws and Cujo. And then we have other ones that are certainly movies, like Shockma and Cocaine Bear. This one kind of falls in between some of those. It's about a rabid pet, so it definitely wants to be Cujo, but it's not. And that's okay, because a movie like this, a movie like Primate, works best when it knows what it is. And it certainly does. And in that aspect, it doesn't need to be Cujo. This movie is as simple and straightforward to the point as you can get. There's this family here, they have a pet chip named Ben. Ben gets rabies and goes on a rampage on everyone in this house. There you go. Enjoy. And at a brisk 80 minutes, you gotta respect it. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but when it does need to, it does. And it doesn't try to get too lost in the weeds of trying to be about something. It just gives you its premise and then just goes off with it. Nothing in here about, oh, Ben the chimp used to be a part of this experimental military program, and he's actually so bad because he's gone crazy from the there's none of that crap in here. They don't try to make this too complicated. They just give you the premise, and what you see is what you get, and I loved every minute of it. We are dealing with the ultimate B-movie goodness here. And it's tasty. It's so good. I eat this up. No. It's so good. I loved this so much. Make no mistake, this is not art house cinema at all, and that's perfectly okay. Let me at first, because it's going to be really quick, let me at first say what I didn't like about this movie, and that's anybody that acted in this, except for the dad character. But everyone else gives a pretty bad performance. But, you know, for what this movie is, I don't know if you can really get that mad at it. Because where the effort needs to go, it goes. And you just get lost in this movie, and that acting just doesn't really bother you that much. It's not atrocious, it's not grating, it's just not great. My favorite aspect of this movie is the star of the show here, as it is going to be for everybody, and that's Ben. Ben is so intimidating, and anytime he came close to getting a hold of someone, or did get a hold of someone, it did give me this sense of dread. I was so nervous for everyone in this movie, because if you know anything about chimpanzees, okay, what Ben does to people in this movie, they can potentially do to you without the rabies. So chimps, you know, are pretty unpredictable and scary on their own already. So Ben already has that going for him, but the way he's lit and the way he's performed just makes him a genuine horror movie villain. He's a genuine slasher in this, and it's great because he's also really vindictive, taking his little tablet and just pressing buttons. Lucy is bad. Bad.
Bad. Bad.
Bad. Dead. 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 And there's the first death in this movie, technically the first, is one of the guys that is hanging out with the girls in the mansion gets thrown over a cliff, and when Ben comes up from over the counter, he laughs. And that's when I knew, okay, yeah, this movie is, you know what? I get what you're going for. Carry on. I don't even care at this point. And I just let this movie take me. But yeah, Ben was genuinely scary in this, and I really respected it. I think if Ben had been CGI, it wouldn't have had that effect. The suit, for me, was actually pretty convincing. I've heard a lot of other people say that they could tell, and there were shots where it looked really great, some shots it didn't look so great. I don't know, for me, I thought it looked pretty good throughout the movie, and they keep him in the dark a lot, so I think that's what really helped. So it worked for me, but I don't know, I guess for others it's not. But man, I loved Ben in this movie so much. The kills and the gore in here are awesome. They're fantastic. The tension is built up really well before Ben gets a hold of anybody, and then the end result is carnage candy. I love it. There is one set piece, one kill in particular, that is especially horrific when it happens to the person near the end of the movie. And even if you're someone that's used to just really vicious brutality in horror films, this one's still gonna get you, because this one definitely got me, and it got the people that I was watching this with very well. So just be prepared. I'm not gonna give it away, but just be prepared that there is gonna be one kill in here that is going to make you look away from the screen when it happens. And you know what? Actually, I technically lied. There is one other thing I didn't like that this movie did. And even though this is a B movie, technically, I think it still could have done better than this. It does the whole thing at the beginning of, oh, so much time earlier. Because it opens with a kill scene, and it wraps around later, and it doesn't really serve anything. It was really just there so they could have a kill in the beginning. I mean, I guess for later on, it does establish that Ben is a bit of a threat, but I think with some better writing, you could have worked that in more, like maybe just as a chimp in general, Ben could do something that just like displays his power as an animal or something, right? But yeah, it was a wraparound that didn't need to happen. The beginning opening scene happens, and then some time in the movie passes, Ben gets rabies, and then the opening scene happens again, but you only see the opening of it, and what happens to this person happens off screen because you've already seen it. But it didn't really serve much, and I wish that they hadn't done that. But it's a nitpick if anything. But the resulting kill in that opening scene is pretty good. If you're someone that likes this kind of movie that I just described, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this just fine. You may even love it a lot like I did. Rush out to see it. You're gonna have so much fun. I had a lot of fun, and so did the people that I watched this with. Went with my wife and a couple of our friends, and we just had a good time. And this was opening night we saw this in. The theater wasn't packed, but there were quite a few people in there, and they were reacting a lot. This is definitely a movie you want to see with a crowd. So if you catch this on like VOD or something instead, make sure that your living room is packed when you see it, because it is going to be one of those movies. A lot of people in my theater, whenever Ben would show up behind somebody or would just be in the corner of the screen, or you know, a kill would happen, the audience reacted, oh no, ah! And you know, laughing, and just it's such a great time. And I think that's part of why I did love this so much, because it is just one of those movies that just brings people together to just enjoy some good schlocky horror campy fun. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Primate. It's, you know, a pretty simple movie, so I didn't really have much else to say about it. Let me know what you thought about it if you saw it already. Are you going to see this? Do you like this type of animal attack campy horror movie? Let's talk everything Primate in horror and animal attack movies down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
911, what's your emergency?
He's acting crazy. He killed all the others.
Who killed the others?
final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain.